Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Welcome to another episode of Talking Upstream with Some Nobodies. My name is Zach.
And I'm Dylan.
And like I just said, we're Some Nobodies, and we're bringing to you one of our new shows, Talking Upstream.
Yes. So Talking Upstream is a 90-minute writer's room simulation where Zach and I will come to each show at the start with an idea. That idea is minimally developed. We haven't really talked about them. We haven't really written anything down. We discuss them briefly on the show. We put them up on the whiteboard, and then we choose one. Mm-hmm. And then across the rest of the show, we use that whiteboard and our own creative ideas to push that into something that is more developed than when we came here. Ideally, something that we can either produce or pitch to other people to produce.
Yeah, true. And if you remember last week, I think Dylan pitched the idea of it was Ghost World, reincarnation. We ended up calling that skit Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, and Dylan wrote a little bit of a script for that. We'll get to that soon. Mm-hmm. But how you doing?
I'm all right.
You okay?
Yeah, this is the first Sunday where I haven't had a commitment before this, so I'm a little higher energy than usual.
That's
I
true.
don't know how that's going to come across.
Yeah.
Uncharted territory.
Yeah. Usually you're pretty bad because Quibi hasn't contacted you.
I know.
So I was curious.
Yeah. How about yourself? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hanging in there?
I'm always hanging in there.
All right.
Like a kitten.
Yeah.
Hang in there, baby.
Oh, yeah. I remember that
nice.
from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Have you heard of an app called Podroom?
Only from you.
That's true. I talk about a lot. If you like podcasts, check out Podroom. Anyway, okay, let's get on with the show. So, like I said earlier, last week we went over what we called Poltergeist. And it was the idea of a ghost that in order to reincarnate, they would need to be there at conception or at birth.
I think we just...
I think we end up at birth. Yeah, it makes more sense. And this was the day that someone passes away that they were looking at taking over, I guess, a newborn baby. So, do you want to set this clip up?
So, in Poltergeist, the idea is that two ghosts have been following this family around a little bit, and they have not had a child yet, but they've been trying to help them. And on the night of what they suspected would be a success, they are instead the ghost husband before he can make it back to his wife.
Yeah.
They discuss a little bit about his reality of being dead now, and then he is going to be greeted by effectively a chaperone spirit who takes him to the afterlife. And then the two ghosts are left kind of wondering what's next.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I will be reading the stage directions. I can read for, I think, Horus and Euronymous.
Sure.
Zach, if you would like to read for Jedediah, Robert, and Abigail.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are, a sample scene from Poltergeist. Fade in. Exterior farmhouse evening.
Master Robert should have arrived already.
Perhaps he's been waylaid upon the road. Interior farmhouse hallway. We see a rustic farmhouse hallway. Two ghosts hover outside the door to the bedroom. Jedediah stands tall while Horace pretends to lean against a wall.
Are you Horace?
Am I Horace? I am Horace. My mistake. Should we perhaps check the room? Perhaps he's already entered and we missed him?
Don't be foolish. We have stood watch all evening. And besides, who can say what state the lady may be in? It may not be gentlemanly.
I suppose I should be proud of you maintaining your honor past your untimely demise.
All demises are timely, my boy.
There's a disturbance behind the pair as a ghostly figure rises from the stairs. It is Robert, though his form is incorporeal and wispy.
Ooh, good word.
I do not think the families of those who have passed would agree.
It is not a mortal being's place to question how a world turns. Ahem.
Jedediah and Horace startle and yelp.
Who are you two, and what are you doing in my home?
Jedediah and Horace look Robert's ghost up and down.
I say, this is unfortunate.
What happened?
What do you mean? I finished my shift at the mine, and now I'm back here. Who are you, and why are you in my home? Where's my wife?
Jedediah and Horace exchange nervous glances.
Well, I see no use in holding back the truth.
Then feel free to loose the first shot.
Master Robert, dear boy, you through some unfortunate event, you have shed your mortal coil and transferred your existence into the next state of being. That is, death. I'm what?
Perhaps a measure more tact could have served.
What do you mean I'm dead? How do you know who I am? Who are you? Well?
I suppose answers are in order. I think it may be best to answer them in reverse. First, my name is Horace Abernathy, once of New Amsterdam, dead of exposure after having my foot caught in my own bear trap. My well-meaning compatriot is the late Jedediah Yoder, yeoman of eastern Tennessee somewhere?
Sycamore Shoals.
But today they call it Elizabethtown. You must do your best to stay up to date, Jed. As Jedediah and Horace explain, Robert's gaze grows more and more distant. Second, we know who you are because we've spent the previous few years haunting the area, and to be quite honest, your neighbors are far less interesting than you and your wife.
Abigail?
Abigail, yes. And finally, we are in your house because, well, we have become rather invested in the goings-on of you and your young wife.
You two have been watching me and my wife? For how long? My dear Robert, you must understand. Time, such that it is, for those is such a state of ours, is rather malleable. Malleable?
Able to be formed into different shapes, yes. Not a perfect explanation, but an evocative phrase for your new status in the universe.
Yes, you see, dear Robert, I myself have first exposed the true nature of the afterlife after an unfortunate incident involving those blasted redcoats.
And as Jedediah fades out, we slow zoom on Robert's face as his explanation goes on, and it is replaced by an increasing ringing. And the ringing is cut short. Jed, I think you're boring him. Perhaps it would be best to have a professional explain it.
Ah, yes, the instructor's mantle does still drape easily about my shoulders after all these years. Let us call in a more skilled chaperone.
Jedediah holds up a hand and snaps his fingers. There's nothing for a moment, and then thunderous hoofbeats sound out in the hallway. Robert cowers. Jedediah looks excited. Horace looks apprehensive. The hallway begins to shake.
What?
Euronymous, a horse that's on fire, charges through the end of the hallway towards Robert, Jedediah, and Horace. Robert cowers as the fiery horse stops just short of them and rears onto its hind legs before it settles down. Wherefore hast thou summoned me?
I was screaming.
That's Robert screaming.
Hello, old boy. You've a new compatriot for you to take to registration.
Died in the mines, I believe, though I do think the boys down at processing will find out for sure. Robert continues screaming. Thy compatriot begets a mighty noise. You! Robert stops screaming, clearly disturbed at being addressed by a talking horse that's on fire. He stops screaming. Halt thy riotous uproar, or thou shalt make the journey to Tartaros within mine gut.
What?
Euronymous opens his mouth, Robert, to show he has fangs and horns. I shall devour thy form entire and deposit upon the doorsteps of the afterlife. Euronymous, would you please dispense with the theatrics and simply escort the man to processing? Euronymous' flames red eyes turn to normal horse eyes. His accent changes from archaic and esoteric to proper high class. Humph. Very well, though I do think it unreasonable to have a little bit of fun with the new ones. Euronymous tosses his head and a ghostly doorway appears like a monolith in the center of the hallway. An unseen force turns the doorknob and the door opens to show a black nothing. Proceed. The receptionist will greet you shortly. Will that be all? Horace and Jedediah look at each other. Robert looks at the doorway, skeptical.
I suspect that will do it, Euronymous.
Very well. Euronymous raises his head as if listening to a distant voice. His eyes turn red once more, and its mane and tail turn to flame. His voice takes on the infernal tone once again. I must my leave. Townshend is retreated to Cut, and I suspect I will soon require my assistance to sort the remnants. Euronymous rears onto his hind legs and starts down the hallway before vanishing in a flash of flame. The other three wait for a moment. The door still stands open.
Well, on you go, sir. The fine folks on the other side will be far more equipped to answer your questions than either of us.
Robert, back in possession of his 1,000-yard stare, looks at his old bedroom door, then simply nods and proceeds through the other door, which shuts behind him. I do not much like Euronymous.
One does not always need to like those they work with.
The theatrics always feel unneeded.
Let the thing have its fun.
There's a noise from the bedroom door before it opens. Abigail stands there in a nightrobe. She looks worried and nervous.
Robert, are you there?
There's no response. Jedediah and Horace, unseen, watch her shut the door, disappointed.
Poor thing.
She is a kind woman. I suspect she will recover appropriately.
Shall we see if we cannot find more for our return?
Horace looks at the bedroom door wistfully. I suppose. Which shall we visit first, hospital or a brothel?
Let us start with the hospital. There is no reason we cannot still be gentlemen about this.
Horace nods and the two ghosts turn and float out of the farmhouse. Interior farmhouse bedroom later. We see Abigail in the corner of her bed. She looks out the window at her fields, and in the distance we see a plume of smoke from the mine. Fade out.
That was cool.
Thank you.
I like Euronymous.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was trying to think of something theatrical to represent, like, try to do the boatman, like Charon from Greek mythology, but do it a little, have some fun with it.
Yeah, of course. And I think we decided that this media would probably be best served if it were a comic book.
So I wrote this as a film script, but the crossover between comic book script and film script is in comic book form, the writer actually has far more control over how it's portrayed.
Okay.
Because you actually map out panel by panel instead of shot by shot.
Now, would that be the same thing as writing a regular script before the storyboarding?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, good script, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, now we're on to the meat of the show, which is where we bring two ideas together and we decide one of them to go through and try to figure out how to make this an actual story. And last week, the one that did not win, which we kept up on the board, is Appeal. That's what we named the one where it was the story of how technology can be misinterpreted.
Yeah.
The story was that a person who has, Google Lens, or what is it called? Google Glass? Yeah.
Yeah.
How that would start, with the help of biometrics, start telling a human what it would need. And now if a person doesn't understand how to decipher the tech, things can go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was cool.
It's pretty fun sounding, yeah.
I like that one a lot. So that was one that came up last week. And the idea that...
I think it's my turn to present.
Oh, good.
I think you brought Appeal.
Oh,
Did
good.
you not come prepared?
I was gonna pull something out.
That's fine.
I had something.
So I had an idea and it's pretty vague.
Okay.
It's not a story, I don't know what medium. It is a secret organization of criminals who have somehow taken on the ability to body swap with people. So they body swap with people, commit the crime, and then swap back into their original body, so that person takes all the heat.
Oh, malicious body swapping.
Yeah. I don't know anything else about it, but it's criminals who commit crimes in other people's bodies.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know what we did to do for Game 7, Mark. Neither one of us are sports people, but go Denver?
If it's... Is it football?
Basketball. I don't think you use your feet in there.
No.
No.
Well, you walk.
You run.
/run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're probably rooting for Denver.
Yeah. They have the little pickaxes, which I think are cool.
Sports is still going on?
Yeah. Huh. They have either no fans in the audience, or I think 22% capacity in Mississippi. I don't know how they arrived at that number.
That's a pretty exact number for you to know.
Yeah. There was a news story that I'm not going to get into, which had the number in the headline.
Well, whatever it is, go Denver.
Go Denver.
Yeah, probably.
Nuggets.
I don't know. We should write a sports things. Let's just see.
Sport thing.
All right, well, let's get to this, though. Okay, so we have Appeal, which is gone wrong.
I have an idea for next week. It's okay.
Okay. Wait, what is it?
It's a team of gladiators, but presented as if it's a sports movie.
Yeah, we need a sports movie.
Yeah.
Bring that next week.
Okay.
Okay, so then we have malicious body swap.
Yeah.
Now,
body swap crimes.
Oh, okay. Body swap crimes. That's actually better. Okay. So let's see. Poltergeist. I think that the one that really appeals to me the most.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
1 week.
Oh, all right.
Exactly, 7 days. I'm going to say I'm more interested in Appeal. The idea of somebody not understanding how to deal with tech is cool to me.
I don't have any ideas for the body swap crime.
No, that's really
regardless,
cool.
But
I'm going to think about that for a week.
Yeah, if we don't do anything with that today, we can bring it next week and really flesh that out.
I like that.
Let's do Appeal.
All right, cool. Let's do Appeal. So we're going to cross out the body swap crimes, although that's a very good idea.
We'll do something with it.
Yeah, we better. Okay, Appeal. So the basic understanding is that a person has tech.
Right.
The tech tells them what they need. They misinterpret.
Okay.
Right?
Is this an AI, like an active AI, or is this more just a...
Well, I guess the way that
analytic reader?
So I wear a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And my Fitbit tells me when I need to walk more.
Mm-hmm.
It will alert me when I'm not doing the right amount of steps. And I was thinking that what is the future future of that tech, which is something telling you need to do for your own good. This watch is telling me to go walk because it's for my best interest.
Okay.
Now, if something were to tell me that I needed, say, more iron in my body, I would most likely listen to it if I have invested in it. Now, I guess I would need. I think everything is sort of AI, right?
I mean, technically, I'm
social media.
I'm
AI,
asking more like, is it a back and forth simulated
no,
person?
No, I think that the person should see it as though it is a
tool.
It is a tech tool. Yeah.
Okay.
And that way they can misinterpret it and there's no conversation.
There's no clarification to ask for. Okay.
So we're going to have a misinterpreted... interpreted... Okay, that was a stupid long word for no reason. I think I spelled that wrong. Interpreted... I know you're smiling because I spelled that wrong. Right?
There's no E.
Is there an I somewhere?
No, I don't think so.
It's RPR?
I think so.
That's crazy. Tech. Okay.
Also, it's an A at the end. Misinterpreted.
Wow.
It's a weird one.
I guess it's going to be closer together, so it's a bridge.
All right.
Okay.
So now, misinterpreted tech.
Yeah, now the way I see it is I see it as, initially, I see it as glasses.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to whatever. So let's just say this person buys these glasses, and they put these glasses on, and now they're happy. Right? Because they have special glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the glasses are telling him that he needs them.
Okay.
That they need more exercise. They need to drink more water.
Okay.
And then at some point, it just kind of, I think it clicks on like a human. Because it knows that this person is lonely.
Yeah.
So it tells them, you need love.
Okay.
And this person that is so tech forward thinks that it needs whatever the body's made up of.
Okay.
As a chemical substance.
Okay.
So this has to decide if they need to eat a human.
Okay.
And then there's the tech right there.
Okay.
So I think that was my main idea.
Cool.
How's that?
That's a pretty hefty escalation. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because I like the idea.
Yeah.
I really like the idea. I think I think we need to figure out the B between the A and C.
Sure.
What tone did you think this was taken on? What tone? Not medium. What did you think this being 100% played straight, or do you think it's supposed to reflect like, look at this guy.
What?
Look at this guy.
Hey. Dylan's friends here today.
Yeah.
This is Gil. Everybody meet Gil. I think that this should be. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have too much fun.
I know. I should have put sunglasses on him. I think that this should be dramatic and suspenseful with comedy behind it.
What if we do this as a puppet show? We film this as a puppet show. I'm kind of serious about
Did you only say that because it's a puppet right there?
It reminded me of that, but think about this. Application people. And what if we do it as puppets?
The classic PLP. Props, location, people.
That isn't this term, I understand. No, what if it's as a puppet show, and it lets us do it as serious as we like while also putting the filter of like, well, this is kind of goofy behind it.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I guess my only concern was how would you be able to version, but we could definitely get through that. Let's start this as a puppet show.
Okay.
Because we haven't gone.
Sure. No, we haven't done.
If you don't know, what if the tech glasses talk? A friend of mine has their car talking to them all the time.
Oh yeah.
I like much talking, but indicating. I think that's where an easy way that there could be a misinterpretation.
What if we set this in the near future where people have like a neural link?
Oh.
And he cobbles it together with his own code, so it not only suggests it, but like really heavily suggests it. And I'm not saying it necessarily influences him to do stuff, but it somehow has a little more weight to its recommendations because it's wired into him.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything people want to see more than Muppets coding. So let's do that.
We could do it. What if we could do it simulate like simultaneous puppet, and then have like a whiteboard or something, and then lower down like paper cutouts where it's like a coding bar.
Dude, that's so cool.
Or like we have the readout of the glasses on the board behind him, so we can do like, point of view stuff.
All right, so this is our puppet show. Now, for anyone wondering why there is a puppet here, if you do know anything about Some Nobodies, our very first show was called Silicon Angels, and we decided that we were going to do that initially as a puppet experience.
Some sort of live action thing.
If you know anything about it, talk to the rest of our crew. Making puppets is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that. But we do have one, Gil, and he'll be there for appeal. Ops location like this.
All right.
Now,
locatio.
It's a wizard term.
Yeah.
It's wizard GPS. Okay, so we need to have our timeline here.
So generally how this works, for those of you who are fresh to the show, now that we have an idea decided, we're going to kind of section off the whiteboard a little bit into a character section, a timeline section at the bottom, and then kind of an area for Zach to kind of scribble where he needs to. And we're going to figure out where things go, what happens, when they happen, and who they happen to. Because those are primarily the triangle points of a story. Yeah,
and when you're telling any story, those are things that you're going to need. So when you come up with an idea such as, what if Google Glass tells you to eat a human? This is what you're going to do to try to get this down to a story where you could put it into a comic book or a puppet show. Okay, so we need some people, and we need our location. I guess location's not really that important just yet.
Not yet. Yeah. So as far as people goes, we obviously have the person who wears the glasses.
Yeah, so we have glasses person. I guess a guy makes more sense here.
Right.
Guys are dumb, and they would definitely fall for that kind of trap, I think.
I'm leaning towards an M name.
Okay, like
Monty.
Monty?
What? Lamont.
Monty's a cool name, though.
Is it?
I think he needs to be a little bit nerdy on the not cool side. Like a Monty, but not. I'm just kidding. I have nothing else after Monty. How about like Monroe? Or why M?
I don't know.
Michael?
I was leaning towards Mark, but that's only because Mark is in the chat right now.
His name's Mark right now.
All right, with a C or a K?
With a C. That's the cool Marks.
Okay. Well, I thought this guy had to be nerdy.
Well, he's still cool. I mean, he's got Google Glass.
Okay.
Are you just nonstop waving to our fans?
No, there's a fly in the. I guess nobody else can see it. There's a fly in the building right now.
There's not a fly. There's not a fly in the building.
Don't you bury me like that.
Okay, so we have CP1, which is going to be Mark.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the glasses person. So this is Mark right here. And then we have CP2, which is going to be.
Is that the target?
Target.
What if, in an effort to, if it thinks he needs love, what if the character who winds up eating is like an ex? And it's reading his feelings towards them.
Yeah, cool.
And then he's like, I'm not going... I don't know why his... I guess my question is logically why he would immediately go to, I need to eat this person.
Because this tech is telling him biometrically what his body needs.
Okay.
Why would he think a tech would go to emotions? Because there's no point.
Okay.
He would think, there's no way it wants me to eat this body.
Okay.
Like, he would question it.
Sure.
But ultimately, I think he would... This is thousands of dollars on my face telling me what my body needs. I obviously need a human inside of me.
Okay.
So, hey, we can work this out if you don't like this.
No, we can. That's what we're here to figure out.
All right, so we got CP1, Mark. CP2, Target. Does Mark have a name for CP2?
Marshall. Oh, he says Marshall with a lot of dots.
Like Marshall ellipses?
Dot.
Oh, a lot of dots.
I think it's just how Mark types. Yeah, that's just how he types.
Oh, okay.
So, target for the X.
The board camera gets fuzzy. Oh, weird. Yeah, we're having a little bit of camera issues this week, so we're trying to figure this out, and I'm sorry about that.
What does this say?
That the board camera gets a little fuzzy.
It does.
Yeah. I wonder why. I guess it's the lighting thing. Okay.
No, it's probably just a bandwidth thing. I think it might be the internet.
Yeah. Well, there's a 20-something here, so they're probably streaming the YouTubes or whatever. Okay, so Mark, Target. Let's just start.
Mark has an ex he doesn't like named Yvette, and he has an ex he does like named Stephanie.
Let's go with Yvette.
Oh yeah, I'll give Yvette.
It's a cool name. It's a name that you don't see very often. And that was Suzanne Grimmer, cast of Some Nobodies. You'll see her whipping around looking for the kitchen. Okay, so we have Mark and Yvette. I hope this is okay to use these names. If it's not, let me know. And Mark is the glasses wearer. He's a big tech guy. He's a big computer dude.
Yeah.
He's got a job, a high-level job at, like, Google or one of those companies.
Google.
Yeah.
Google.
Google. Wait, have you seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
All right, Google. So we're going to say that here is where... Someone here is where he should get the glasses. Because I feel like there should be a part where he's like, my body needs something.
Yeah.
I'm depressed. I'm run down. I don't know what's going on with me. I need something. So we should see that he's a tech person, and he should acquire the glasses here.
What if the first scene is him pitching it to some tech people, and he's like, what if it was a Fitbit or whatever
for your face.
For your face, and they're like, why? He goes, because when you plug it in, it does more than just your exercise. It's also when you should sleep, when you should work out, when you should
all that makes sense.
So the first scene is him pitching it to like a boardroom of uninterested execs, and they're like, I don't see why this is strictly necessary. Oh my.
Sorry, I'm going to plug my computer real fast.
Yes.
See if that helps out with anything.
Technical difficulties are just a part of the job.
They're part of the job. I like all that.
It does look better now.
So it's his idea then. It's his tech.
I think so.
So it opens with him pitching.
I also think I like the idea of him misinterpreting his own design to the point where he
that makes sense.
Murders and eats a person,
Yeah.
or at least attempts to.
Well, no one knows what happened to Google Glass.
That's true. We're just asking questions.
Okay, so he's pitching a product here.
Did Google Glass inspire a spree of human cannibalism?
Did Google Glass make me think of this idea inceptionally?
Is Google Glass responsible for cannibal holocaust?
In the future.
We're just asking questions.
The answer is yes. All right, so we're going to start with him pitching the product.
Yeah. And I think they say no.
Yeah, quickly. It's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
So he tries it out, and, well, there needs to be, like, the arc cruxes.
Yeah,
right?
You're right.
So what do you think should happen? Something should be solved here.
Yeah.
Which is, like, maybe it starts working properly.
Yeah.
And it
malfunctions during his pitch.
Yeah, mess up during a pitch. He's doing his thing, and it works properly.
Yeah.
And it lets him know, hey, you need water.
Yeah.
Or it needs to be something a little more impactful.
It needs to be something more. It needs to be something less like I'm thirsty. I need water. It needs to be something more like.
It needs to be a big deal. Like, hey, you're about to have a stroke, or bring out your EpiPen because there's a pollen near.
There's a pollen warning.
Something that would make him say like, "Oh my God, this works.
Yeah,
I'm going to go into this."
I'm going to say montage.
Well, we gotta have a montage.
Well,
nothing better than a puppet montage.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so
we can do it.
What's the montage?
We have one of those scrolling backgrounds on like the wheels.
No, not what is a montage. Oh. What's the montage
of? So the montage is him trying out the glasses after he leaves the office building, and it shows that he needs. What if it's less an issue that it doesn't know what he needs and more showing him where the source is? So like he needs water, and it shows him like water in like a storm drain, and he's like, yeah, I get it, but the context is off.
Okay.
This thing doesn't understand context, and so when he fixes it, he thinks that then it's appropriate, which leads him down the road to eating someone.
So then this is a honing montage.
Yeah. It shows that his stomach rumbles and the glass is ping, and it shows like a person's dog
or a cow.
Yeah. In the city. I guess.
Was he in the city?
No, well, because he's pitching to executives.
He's pitching to farmers, app farmers.
Okay. This is an alternate universe in which farmers are CEOs.
All right, cool. Well, I was just thinking because if it shows him a cow when he's hungry, then that would make more sense when it shows a human for love.
Yes.
But sure. Okay, so an animal of some sorts.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. And then then something bad needs to happen here.
Yeah.
So this seems to be the first error.
I kind of like the idea of it trying to prevent a medical problem of some sort. We did allergies last time.
Yeah.
Or 2 times ago sometime. We kind of did preventative death measures on that episode as well. So I think we should stay away from that.
No, I think that he should get hurt.
You think he should get hurt?
Yeah, I think that whatever this thing is telling him, he misinterprets it, and he gets hurt doing it.
What if he ignores it and he gets hurt by ignoring it? And that just further reinforces that it's important.
That's a better story.
What if... What? So this is designed to read his health,
Read his
predict what
biometrics.
he needs, and target and point out stuff in the environment that he might need.
Sure.
Okay.
So things that it could go over is like high blood pressure,
Yeah.
sugar levels,
Yeah.
bee stings or foreign things in your body.
Yeah.
So I guess it really couldn't show him like an EpiPen, because I was thinking, what if he gets stung
Yeah.
and he doesn't know that he's allergic, and it's like,
Yeah.
you need this, and he doesn't do it.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's not bad. That would be a good. That's a pretty good inciting one.
But I don't know how to show that this thing is telling it that he needs epi, whatever that is, epidural.
It could just be. What if he gets stung and then the alarm goes off and he tries to make it more predictive then?
Okay, so the alarm is telling him that there's something wrong, and he's searching for a find, and he can't
Yeah.
find one.
And he's trying to hone its AI to be
And
more...
that's why he's like clacking and clacking
Yeah.
and recoding.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Alarm. No result.
And I think at some point during this opening, he ignores a text from his ex, so he can see that she's there.
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah.
You got it. So, this should happen like right away then. So text.
What if it tells him not to cross the street at a traffic light? Mark asks.
That's more future telling than biometric.
It could work. What if he gets a call? Well, so I'm thinking, what if he gets like a call from his ex and he has to argue with her and he's trying to cross the street and his alarm is starting to beep, so he turns it off or something.
Oh, okay. The same way that if you were on the phone and while you're driving, it
Yeah.
would mute it or something. Yeah, cool. All right, I like that.
And I think that helps us avoid, because we did allergies
Yeah.
on a topic.
All right, I
if
like
you
that.
watched the previous episode.
That makes more sense. And if not, you should go back and check that out.
Yeah. So he gets a call as he's. I say this is all happening kind of quick in sequence, where they ask him in the pitch meeting, like, well, shouldn't people be aware of that already? What service does this? What does this serve beyond just that a normal fitness watch wouldn't? Or something?
And he's like, well, studies show that 88% of people are on their phones 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So if we could have alerts that would make you look up from your phone, that would
Yeah.
also help him. All right, that makes more sense.
And then he gets a call on his phone from Yvette as
And
he's
he's-
leaving the building.
Talking, looking down, not looking at the street.
I say it's heated, or does he miss her?
I don't think he misses her.
Okay.
I think that it is heated, or at least upset.
He's at least not willing to admit that he misses her.
No, because if he
because
does-
that way when he's
Exactly. He can't miss her.
unwilling to admit it.
Yeah, because he has to misinterpret
Yeah,
this.
and we can dig into like male relationship issues as that if we want to.
Dudes are awful.
Yeah, we suck.
Well, it's been a half an hour. Do you want to give a quick little recap?
Yeah, sure. So, if you were unaware, this is Talking UpStream, hosted by IBM TV. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
Appreciate that. Where Zach and I, and sometimes members of our media group, Some Nobodies,
In this whiteboard.
bring ideas to the table every week. We discuss them briefly. We choose one of them to focus on. We use this whiteboard and our own creative abilities to flesh that idea out into something that we can present, ideally to a streaming service, because we desperately want to make stuff for a living. And this was our idea as to how to prove that we can do that.
Yeah, Quibi's not our first choice, but we'll definitely take it.
We'll take it if they
It
offer.
is a choice.
It'd be real easy writing only 10 minutes of stuff. Are you kidding?
Dude, we're writing non-stop stuff. We're doing 90 minutes every week.
Yeah, we're doing 9 times that every
Think about
week.
that. 9 times out a week.
Yeah. We know you're watching Quibi. You're desperate.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Call
yeah.
us.
Yeah, or text us.
Or text us. Or email us.
Slide into those DMs.
Yeah.
You can literally find us
I have
anywhere.
a pager.
I know. I don't understand why you have that. And why it goes off so
It's
often.
coming back.
Is
People
it?
page me.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Anyway.
All right, let's hop back into this.
Yeah.
So now we have Mr. Mark, Miss Yvette. We know that he's got bad tech. We know that it's failing. We know that this is the big crux right here for why he works on it more. What was that sound? I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
So this is the
Oh,
this,
all right.
this is the crosswalk incident.
Yeah. So I think he gets a phone call from his ex, and he's like, "What if she kept his pet in the breakup?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Dog or cat or bird
I don't
or
think
reptile
I
or rodent.
like a chinchilla.
Yeah.
My brother had a chinchilla and he loved
Really?
that thing. Yeah,
They make good gloves.
that well,
They've got tiny little nimble hands that knit very well.
not one. No. Blah.
Anyway, so yeah, he gets a phone call about the chinchilla, and he goes, "If you're going to keep calling me about how to take care of it, you should just give it back to me."
Yeah.
Or does he call her? No.
She should call him.
She should call him. It should be an interruption.
Yep. A chinchilla.
Yeah, named David Bowie.
You got it.
Little DB.
Little DB for short.
DB Cooper.
DB Sweeney. From The Cutting Edge. Anybody seen Cutting Edge? Topic.
I don't think anybody's seen that. I think you're the only person on earth who's ever seen that.
Fine.
What is that, a musical?
No,
It's not a barbershop?
I mean, it could have been. I think they made a musical out of it.
Yeah.
But it's a story about a hockey player who can't play hockey anymore, so he decides to become a figure skater. And he wins not only the gold medal, but a heart.
The platinum medal?
No, somebody's heart.
The electrum medal.
It's a love thing.
The uranium medal.
Think of love on ice Well, you don't have to think about that long.
And? Alright.
Well, that's good.
So, back to this.
All right, so we have the first big incident. We need a second incident, which is going to make him say, okay, I got to listen to this thing 100%. So we would need another one of these style things, worse.
So, I want to know what we're aiming at. Does he succeed in cannibalizing this person? How does it end?
I don't think he should eat somebody.
That feels a little much.
That does seem like a lot. But also, I don't know if he should fail. So,
Okay.
I think it's maybe an ambiguous ending.
Okay.
Like, leave it where, is he going to eat this person?
Okay.
Or is he going to love on her? Like, maybe it ends like the Hannibal Lecter kind of way, where it's like, I'm meeting an old friend for lunch. And you're like, oh my God, is he going to eat her?
Okay. All right.
What is it?
I just wanted to figure out what kind of tone and ending we were going for.
Yeah. Now, if we're doing puppets, I like that it's a bit of a darker tone. I think that's kind of cool.
I have this image of just red thread being thrown up from underneath.
Blood. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is that blood?
On stage, yeah.
So somebody has to die then.
Somebody.
Or he's cut hard.
Something.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll get to that. What do you think the second part should be?
So how I'm imagining this so far.
I wanted to see if you wanted to talk quickly why we kind of broke it down to thirds as far as
Sure.
an act structure.
Yeah. So there are various storytelling templates, I should say, that have proven themselves to be effective over all of human history at delivering satisfying events at satisfying moments. You'll hear them referred to as the 3-act structure, 2-act structure. There's not really a 1-act. Well, there is. You can do stuff in 1 act, but even that, the story does tend to fall into a natural rhythm. Usually,
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to do something.
right. Somebody has to do something, and usually the best way to divide that up in a way that is satisfying for the audience is a 3-act structure, where in the first act, the character is taken out of its comfort zone and has to adjust to a new normal. The second act tends to feature them trying to adjust that first thing, and it ends on a darker tone where something goes wrong or they are even further removed from the possibility of fixing it. And then the third act has them resolving it, or it is resolved in a certain way. It doesn't necessarily need to be fully wrapped up, and it doesn't need to necessarily be completely finished, but the story and its main questions should at least be addressed in a way that leaves it on even footing.
True, which is why you're going to see a lot of movies that have trilogies. It is easy to wrap up a story in 3 parts because, like a good sandwich, you got the beginning, a middle, and an end. Like every story or every sentence, really.
The primary example people go to for 3-act structure is the original Star Wars trilogy, where A New Hope is Luke overcoming his past, being taken out of his comfort zone, and winding up in a better spot. The second act is them addressing this new status quo and it enforcing its will on them, and they wind up in a worse position. And in the third one is them...
Muppets!
Yeah. Them resolving the storyline in a way that makes sense following through from the previous 2.
Right. So far in our story that we're doing right now about appeal, weird tech, is the first act is going to be the pitch failure, which starts up his, I guess, meticulous working or intense attention to this thing. And this is going to go all the way down to him almost getting into a car accident through a conversation.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. He almost gets hit, or he does get hit by a car.
Yeah.
After ignoring Yeah, after ignoring the warnings from his glasses.
Love that.
And then that is the impetus for him to make it more insistent.
All right, so let's just say that the first act is the trial / failure, or
We could do 2 acts, where the first one is him trying to Icarus himself into these glasses, and the second act is the descent. Because you can also have a 2-act structure where the middle is a sudden dramatic shift.
Yeah.
Dramatic?
that is only ship terms.
Dramatic.
I don't know what that means.
It's a combination
It's
of drastic and dramatic.
dramatically drastic.
Oh, man.
That actually might work.
Maybe I should work in the mornings before this.
Yeah, you probably.
Anyway.
We have a TV show today.
We do, yeah. I can't go to work. I have a TV show. And then
I like the 3 acts though. I think
the 3 acts
I think
for
that
this one?
works.
Okay.
I think he would need more of an inciting thing than just this going down to I might
Okay.
eat a human.
the foremost example I can think of a 2-act structure is Parasite,
Yeah.
the North Korean film.
Yuck.
There's
You're a poop.
spoilers. There is a basement prison in there. Anyway, oh man.
If you haven't seen Parasite, check it out. You'll understand the 2-arc structure Dylan's talking
Yeah,
about.
you should see Parasite.
Yeah, you definitely should. We actually
Anyway.
we did a story with a 2-arc structure before.
We did.
But I think this one.
You think this is 3?
I think for the audience to think that this person can get down to almost eating human, there's going to need a little bit more than I almost got hit by a car.
Okay. So the second act is him. So the first act is him perfecting the glasses. We can do a little bit of like a. I'm thinking Iron Man 1 where he's testing out the Iron Man suit, but he's testing out these glasses like. He's going to the grocery store and it's highlighting stuff on the shelf.
Yeah, and he's just grabbing it.
He's just grabbing it.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Needs it.
He.
Spinach.
Does it have a predictive text option for when he's having a conversation so he can be like, this thing is just guiding?
Yes.
Or is it only biometrics?
I think biometrics are first, but that wouldn't really fall into line with this, though.
Yeah.
So I think they would need to also have a outward camera so he can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Which it would, because if it's giving him,
yeah.
food. So sure.
Cool. So
Now the second act, this would be he knows that it works, and then there's something in this area that says this thing is very accurate.
what if the second act is like entirely success?
Yeah,
Everything
it's gotta be.
it is working so well. Its predictive algorithm is helping him succeed at work, whatever job he does.
He's got a job in the city.
Okay, it helps him analyze the stock market and make really good trades.
Oh, nice. Sure.
Where it's like it just beams the data onto the screen and he just goes in and just
Yeah, I love that. It even knows. Yeah, cool.
yeah.
So there's got to be a big success here that makes him either a lot of money or something that makes him crazy.
Yeah.
But either way, he has to fully believe in these glasses from
I
here.
think the cumulative buildup of the second act and then a dramatic event at the end of the second helps really drive him into believing this thing is...
All right, so he's probably going to come into some money here,
Yeah.
which would give him the push of
Yeah.
like, okay, I got to listen to everything this says. Mm-hmm. Now I have a lot of money.
Cool.
It's almost like Limitless, but glass instead of a pill.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And then, so then here is when something very big happens. This is a big win.
Does he make another pitch and it goes really well?
There you go. He pitches it, and they're like, "This is a perfect device." Mm-hmm. Yep, good job.
When is it ready for when do you think it could go into production? I am wearing a model right now.
Yeah, this is a usable model. I
Yeah.
have the specs.
Yeah.
It can go into production within months, weeks,
Hours.
days. Wait, which one's minutes? I guess I should have said.
Which one's bigger?
Minutes or days?
Yeah.
Days.
Okay.
I was right. So now we have this thing. Now he's going to contact Yvette back to brag.
Yeah.
And that's when they meet up, and this thing is just highlighting her.
What if he calls her and he hears like a male voice, like a guy picks up and it's like very clear they're having a good time or something?
Yeah.
Or like there's a lot of noise. Like he calls and they are at a party
Oh,
together.
Yeah, because he has
with
to start
another
failing.
man.
He has to start
Yeah.
failing everywhere but tech.
But where the glasses direct him to
Yep.
do.
So this is a non-tech failure.
You got it.
Yeah. So non-tech failure. It's got to be like this whole kind of thing here.
Yeah. So he.
And this is where he goes back to Yvette.
What if we go, because we're doing puppets,
Yeah.
so we can do a little more, I don't want to say graphic stuff, but what if it's like someone in front of him on the sidewalk like collapses, and it highlights like a spot on their abdomen, and it's trying to direct him to take out their appendix.
Oh, it makes him become a doctor?
Or it at least is like, well, I guess that would be predicting what that person needs.
Yeah, because it wouldn't know from the other person's biometrics. But
Yeah.
I like where you're going with that. Because it would have the ability of, like, Google searching things.
Yeah.
And having infinite information.
Right.
So maybe he does surgery on himself?
He tries.
That's cool.
Ugh. Yeah.
I think he's successful.
Yeah?
He's got to buy these glasses.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to make him want to eat somebody, though.
That's it.
Yeah.
It needs to...
Maybe it only shows her heart.
I think we need to
And he
make...
cuts her heart out.
I think the second act needs to be a ramp. I think it needs to ramp up positively.
Yeah.
It's... I'm seeing
this is big success here.
If I'm seeing this as like a shorter, like 30-minute, 45-minute puppet show.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be long, and that lets us be a little more. Yeah, it lets us be a little more kind of rapid pace.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm for all that.
Yeah. So he makes a lot of money on the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
It analyzes sports stats so he can make bets.
Yep. I like that.
Does he run for public office, and it helps him campaign?
I don't know about that.
Okay. That's based on a... Kimberly is watching. Kimberly Calhoun, IBM TV. Hello.
Hello, Kimberly.
And she said it could predict elections.
I mean, I do like that.
Yeah.
I just think that like maybe that could be like a...
That's a different
If it's a tight 40-minute,
Yeah.
and we're trying to get to him...
The glasses could help him direct him to help him with CPR rhythm.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Um,
He becomes if he's in a city, does he live in a city or does he only work in it? He lives in like a suburb.
I think that would just be depending on the story.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
I like the
matter.
idea of him walking down the street and someone starts having like a heart attack or something, and it analyzes them and it says CPR recommended, and it's like follow the dot, tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick,
Yeah, it's cool.
breathe, and then it has a little timer.
Yeah, that's all very cool.
Yeah.
So it becomes almost like a WebMD,
Yeah.
right?
And then he starts making some. Yeah.
It'd be cool if he turned into a superhero with this.
I think we should at least misdirect with that.
Yeah.
I think the second act should be showing like, he might be able to do some really cool stuff with this, and then his life falls apart at the end of the second act.
So there's going to be possible greatness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the idea of maybe even him contemplating becoming a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, I can do anything with these things. I can literally do anything.
Yeah. And then he goes out and tries it.
Yeah. Can't do everything, but...
It doesn't work.
No. And that's right around here. So there's like the superhero fail.
What if he really does try to be a superhero?
Yeah, it
and he
makes sense.
goes out and he specifically goes looking for trouble, and there's a mugging. And he tries to use it to predict like fighting or something, and he gets completely beat up.
Yeah.
And they break the glasses, so he has to remake them from what he can remember.
Oh, and that's where these failures
And he
come
goes, it wasn't enough. I need to be more it needs to be even deeper or something like that. Yeah, enhance.
Yeah, enhance. Cool. All right. So then, so we're gonna say, so here's like superhero trial.
Yeah.
Trial and
And
error.
it goes just complete,
Yeah, trial and fail.
completely wrong.
I love that. Which makes him try to live life without the glasses for a little bit while he's working on them, and he's having a hard time.
Yeah.
And then he makes the glasses again because he sold the glasses. Mm-hmm. So that's like a big push for him also. So right on here, he's got another pair of glasses, and he wants to brag, maybe,
Yeah.
to a vet.
I think so.
So new glasses.
What if he tries to get the X back by trying to rescue her in a... Oh! What if he's trying to rescue her?
Here?
In like a club environment, is what
Oh.
Mark is saying. So he's...
Is this the fail?
I think...
That's kind of cool.
I'm saying he doesn't fail. Well...
Because he could fail, which pushes her back into whoever she's dating.
Yeah.
and then he does it again to try to
Yeah,
save her.
he embarrasses himself in front of her.
Yeah. So this is an Yvette embarrassment. Whatever.
Yeah, we know what it means.
And then, so that goes to superhero fail, which goes to this stuff, which is funny. And then it moves into him making new glasses and trying to prove himself to Yvette again.
Yeah.
Where he stages.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
He stages some fake stuff?
Well, to try to, like, win her back.
Yeah.
To show that the glasses work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to have the same ending as we thought we were.
I don't know that cannibalism is a logical throughput for this.
Yeah, but I think we definitely need to think of a new ending now.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like, tech gone wrong, person missing.
I could see it ending in murder.
Who? He gets murdered?
No. He murders someone. I could see it leading to that.
Okay.
Where I'm imagining this from his point of view, and I know we're doing a puppet show, but this is kind of how I'm imagining it being portrayed. He's getting heated because he's confronting Yvette's new guy.
Yeah.
And it's telling him that he needs her out of the corner of his eye.
Okay.
And he's telling the ex that he's not leaving until he's out of the picture. And the ex's new guy is like, I'm not going anywhere. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Like, what, you think those are gonna... And then he tries to do a predictive combat something,
yeah,
and it just doesn't work, and then it winds up with a fight where he somehow either manslaughters or intentionally kills the guy.
Yeah, that's a very good...
And then the glasses stop showing Yvette, and it just have like a little like a highlighted pathway just leading out of the door and down the street and just off into the distance, like it's telling him to run.
Cool. Yeah, love all that.
Because maybe she's on the phone with the cops, and then she fades from its heads-up display, and he's looking around on like the floor, and it's got an arrow leading out the door.
Yeah,
and he just runs.
Go. Yeah, and it's like giving directions like the train station.
Yeah,
that's cool. This is gonna be hard to do as a puppet show.
It could, yeah.
It'll be cool.
So here's what I'm thinking: how we would set up a puppet show. We have the stage up front. We have the wall that we can hide behind with the puppets, and then we have not a screen, but it would be kind of like a whiteboard. And for anytime we need to show something through the glasses, we lower like a poster board with it animated on top to show his point of view.
Okay, so it's a stage, and then
a puppet stage specifically, so it's more like a wall.
Oh, okay. And then this is like open, right?
Yeah, but we have a spot in the center in the back that is either a projector screen.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Or like just a white square.
Yeah.
And then anytime we need to show something through the glasses point of view, we have an image show up on there, and we act it out in the puppets.
Gotcha. So we almost like a forced green screen.
Yeah,
I like
but like a puppet version of a green screen. If puppets are actors, this is the green screen.
So then these are the puppets. Oh,
yeah,
it's their hands. And then there's like.
Yeah, that's us behind it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, you can't see that?
Is that a tail?
No, it's the other hand. Like.
It looks like someone with a beaver tail.
No, it doesn't.
All right, if you say so.
You're behind something. That's how you depict things that are behind something.
All right, that's fine.
Oh. There you go. See? Puppet. All right, what scene do you think that we could... Do you have a scene yet, or should we work some stuff out? Well, so far we have two main characters. We also have a boyfriend.
Yeah, yes.
So CP3, which is Marshall.
Marshall? Right. Mark, Yvette, and Marshall?
Fine. David. Jaime.
Dimitri.
Ew, no.
Devon. Not Devon. Devon. Or Devon.
Devon. So this is the current boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then that's really all the characters we have, except for like superfluous outside characters.
Yeah.
And
Does he have a mentor?
The board. No.
No. Okay.
No. You love mentor characters.
I do.
I know you do.
Yeah, they're fine.
Well, he does have a boardroom, so we got to figure that out.
Yeah. Let's see.
So we have Oh, I thought you were doing Tai Chi or
stretching.
something.
I'm just stretching.
He's got a hard job over there. All right, let's see. So,
You know, standing desks are going to be the standard in a few years.
well, I know.
Put the stand in standard.
I use one now. All right, so Devin, Yvette, Mark, and then the pitch meeting people.
Yeah.
But that's all the people we need.
That's kind of it. Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't need, extras, but we don't even need a whole lot of extras.
Yeah,
And also
I guess this
puppets, I don't
person
know.
dying, a heart attack person.
I imagine any character that doesn't have, like, super speaking lines, we'll just do, like, an undecorated puppet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just generic.
Or just Lotso.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Is any of these scenes so far standing out to you as something you would like to write?
I would like to, we could do the climactic, like, scene.
Like this last scene here?
Yeah. I feel like we should fill in Act 1 and 2 a little bit more before we get on to an actual strict
You
scene.
got it. So Act 1 is the pitch product meeting,
Yeah.
which is failing.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go down to him working on his stuff, which is this device telling him that he needs certain things, but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just send him to like a trash can if he's hungry or something.
It's not specific enough for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he tweaks it. Is there any scenes that you can see in here that would... Because he's got to fix it or something. So...
I feel like we should have him confront Yvette in person.
Do you think
early
here?
on.
Do you think here is where he decides that it needs like a neural chip or whatever?
I think so.
Because like the Fitbit doesn't have that.
No.
It just works on my blood and
Right.
whatever. So maybe he's like, this scene needs more of my brain.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we are
the-
setting this in the near future where they
Yeah.
have that more commonly. 30
Well,
years.
You can get neural chips now.
I know, but...
All you do is go to Target or that Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, but you don't want a Jiffy Lube chip.
Well, no, but you can get one there. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
I guess you can is different than you should. The life advice from Some Nobodies.
Do you think like a neural chip kind of thing?
I
Or
think so.
there needs to be some reason that it ramps up and goes, boom,
Yeah.
now it's working.
I think we show him experimenting on himself a little bit. Yeah.
So, self-experiments. That's going to be cool for a puppet.
Mark is suggesting that we have all of the IBM TV producers voice the pitch meetings.
Dude,
We get-
love that. We
get
could actually
Kim
have...
and Kit.
We could just do like a streaming and have them just humans.
Just stream it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. on the board in the back.
Yeah, we'll just do like
And it's just him up front just being like...
I just real Kim, real Ankit, real Win. Yeah, real Mark.
We get real mixed media with this.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, what if we do a whole bunch of point of view stuff from the glasses and it's strictly like us walking down the street, camera like this.
We just show it on like TV or something.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I love it.
Or like a projector screen or something, and then the puppets are acting it out at the base.
Oh yeah, I got the projector, so that'll work up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, so we have this thing. We have some self experiments, and then we have. I guess if we're doing the neural chip thing,
Yeah.
that would be that, and that works.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess his first thing is. Now it's telling him more information that
Yeah.
he needs.
Yeah.
Is
So
that,
I'm
is
imagining
that the best way to do this?
glasses.
The neural chip thing.
I don't know what else we could. I recommended the neural chip as a way to amp him into it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good level up.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
here needs to be the level up that puts him
Yeah.
up to the success.
Yeah. And I
So-
think because the neural chip helps not only read what he needs more deeply,
Yeah.
but it also allows it to feed back into him a little bit, and it serves as a translation error, a point of translation error,
Yeah. Oh, that
where
makes
something
sense.
weird, something gets lost in translation.
And I think he should suggest this. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I also have this neural chip idea.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're not going to put stuff in people's brains.
Nobody wants to mess with their brain like that.
Yeah. What goes in the ear?
Doesn't matter where it goes, what it does is what we care about.
Okay, it goes in the nose then.
I get the feeling that you're just not meeting us.
Let me just put this in your nose and or ear, and you'll see how successful this is.
There's only one thing I put in my nose, and that's for after the meeting.
Your finger.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, then may I suggest the neural enhancement chip? Okay, so we have that thing.
Yeah.
Then things start going very well for him.
I'm trying to think of how many scenes we should have. If we're aiming
Scenes
for...
of what?
How many scenes in general?
Oh, in general.
Just to give a baseline...
We're like 90.
90 scenes?
We're roughly about 90. Okay, we have the pitch meeting, right?
Yeah.
We have the honing montage,
Yeah.
which is roughly 6 scenes, right? Maybe. We have the self-experiments, which are also in there, which is a couple scenes. We have the neural chip installation. We have him successful with all that. We have the walking down the street, and outside of all of the other random shots that we're going to have. We have the crosswalk thing. I think we have some kind of CPR montage here.
Okay.
We're also going to have stocks and sports and all that stuff, and him making a lot of money. We have him maybe becoming a superhero at some point with possible greatness. We have a really big pitch meeting, which means we're going to go back to the initial meeting, so maybe that's the same scene, not really too sure, but now he has the neural chip in. We have to have a couple scenes of Yvette on the phone. We have to have a couple scenes of Yvette with her current boyfriend named Devin. We have to have non-tech failure, which is another montage of some dumb stuff. So you're like 15 to 40 more scenes there.
I think I'm at 20, but I've been putting a finger up every time you pause, so I'm not really...
I guess we're at 20 scenes in.
Not bad. Some of that could be combined.
I agree.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to
we're
figure
more
out...
than 6.
I'm trying to figure out what we would need.
Puppets.
Yes.
A lot of puppets.
Story-wise.
Oh.
Because, so this is how the story is playing out. I'm going to run through the entire thing front to back as we've kind of described it.
Sure.
In what I perceive as a logical flow. He is pitching it to executives. They're not impressed. He outlines some potential improvements he's going to implement, including the chip. They're still not impressed because he doesn't have it there to show. And when he does show it, it's not nearly as precise as he explains it. Mm-hmm. He goes outside, and he receives a call from Yvette. Hey, what does this thing eat? I don't know what to feed it. What do I feed this thing? And then he goes, if you don't want to take care of it, give him back. Bowie is mine. I assumed that he got the call
so that's
soon
first
after
call
he
is here, yeah.
soon after he left it.
Yeah.
And as he is doing that, the glasses give him a warning, and he almost gets hit by a car. I'm going to say almost. But he manages to avoid it based on his own reflexes.
It was a phone.
That's a phone.
Like an old school phone.
I was going to say. It looks like a magnet. Or a messed up banana.
No, it was a cord.
Now it's a magnet that was thrown like a boomerang.
Yeah.
There's a dude in the park with a boomerang the other day throwing it around. It is impressive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he catch it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, so he gets a call from Yvette. Probably about his chinchilla. He gives her a hard time. She gives him a hard time. He expresses somehow that it's clear that he misses her more than she misses him. He almost gets hit by a car. He hangs up. He decides that he needs to address the glasses. He goes home. He tweaks them a little bit. We see a little bit of an improvement montage. We see him messing with the idea of it being a chip in his brain. Mm-hmm. He goes out and tests the new one. What should this first test be? The very first one.
I think it should be him saving somebody's life.
Okay.
Something big where he's like, oh my god, this thing works.
The very first one?
What do you think? It should be something small?
I was thinking it should be something small, like his original idea proves it.
Oh, okay.
And then it happens again, but it's an idea he had never expressly designed it for.
So maybe the first one is he just opens a fridge and it's
he opens the fridge and it highlights something and he goes, and he eats it and it's very clearly hit the spot. He goes, okay, test one complete. I'm going to take it for a field test. Goes outside. He's on the sidewalk somewhere when what if there is a car accident and it directs him on like what things to take off the car door to get it open?
Yeah, I mean...
Something like that.
It would know all the model stuff of vehicles.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It directs him in a very specific process of saving someone's life.
And
it could be CPR.
But also way more impressive than he expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, this chip was the thing that was missing. Mm-hmm. I just needed a more direct neural interface.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else this thing can do. We get a little bit of a montage of him correctly investing in the right stocks before they skyrocket due to a news prediction. It analyzes news articles and is like, I predict that so-and-so are going to announce a merger within the next 2 business days. So he buys one of them. They announce a merger. He gets a lot of money in dividends on that. He's like, all right, 3 for 3 since I implemented the chip. He does a CPR thing. I like that. I like the idea of him doing a CPR one. Mm-hmm. And then, are those playing cards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's him being a superhero.
Yeah.
And then he decides, I'm going to use this to try and get Yvette back.
Oh, yeah.
Because he might not feel positively about her, But I feel like this guy's probably got a little bit of an ego.
Oh, 100% now.
Yeah. So he knows that she likes a certain club, or a bar,
Yeah.
or something, on a certain night because that's her Friday. He goes. He sees her with her dude. He leaves. Devin leaves. Some guys come up on her and are kind of being annoying.
Yep.
So he goes up and he acts the hero fool. Where he walks up with a whole bunch of bravado. She goes, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "You leave her alone. She's with me." And she goes, "I am not with you." And they start getting belligerent. And they fight him.
And arrogantly, he's like, well, I probably know Kung Fu or something.
But it's not a muscle controller.
No.
It is...
It just tells him where he could be doing something if he had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets the crap beaten out of him.
Yep.
And humiliated.
Oh, yeah.
And embarrassed.
And they break his glasses.
They break his glasses because he's a nerd.
He's a nerd. Look at him.
Look at him. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Green pants with a green shirt.
Exactly.
His shirt's too small. You can see his belly. What a weirdo.
So he's a millennial.
Millennials do love their crop tops.
Dude, they love bellies.
So do I.
I know you do. So
he goes home, and he is determined to fix the glasses, and he is determined to fix them better.
Better.
He feeds it. He gives it. It brings up the little permissions like, do you allow glasses.mine.exe to access your neural landscape? I don't know. Something like that. If we're doing puppets, we can be a little more tongue-in-cheek about it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to allow glasses control? And I want to not stray too far into upgrade.
Total core, yeah.
Because upgrade is fantastic.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, well, obviously.
But no, this is not.
No, this doesn't control his body at all.
No.
No.
But it feeds more heavily into his senses.
Yeah.
And it's far more. He thinks he's jacking up the sensitivity levels, when in reality, he's kind of just widening the net. I think.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe.
Kind of, but also maybe even like subtly convincing himself that it's going to work more too.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's a lot of self.
Yeah.
He fools himself a lot.
Yeah.
He takes the glasses out.
But he also puts on the dark web.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what's on the dark web though. I feel there's real karate stuff on there.
Pirated movies.
See?
Yeah. So he goes back out to try the new glasses, and do they work this time?
Oh yeah.
They work this time.
Yep.
But this is specifically him following their every direction. Where to walk.
Yeah.
What buttons to push. What order to push the buttons in.
Yep. He gives full control over to what the glasses suggest.
Cool.
Yep.
It has a stronger overlay when we show what it shows.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like,
Terminator now.
I got to get to Yvette and make sure that she knows I'm not such a loser as I was last time.
Yep.
He goes to her place. Devin answers. He's like, yeah, you're not needed anymore. Because he's fooling himself into thinking that now that I have these glasses, everything's going to be peachy.
Yep.
Not interested. Fight ensues. Accidental murder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe real murder.
Oh, like, he's getting into a fight.
Purposeful.
He gets into a fight with him, and it highlights a knife on the shelf.
Yeah.
And he just grabs it.
He just picks him up, not even really thinking about it, just picks up a knife, and it highlights like the chest, and he's like, bam.
One hit.
Oh, God.
And he just goes down. And then he's standing there.
I killed somebody.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you hear Yvette freaking out. She's on the phone with the cops because she called when the fight started because her ex broke in and started beating up her boyfriend.
With a fake superhero costume on now.
Does he actually have a costume?
I feel like he's probably ramping up what he can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a loser.
We're a loser.
Man, all of these people we write about are losers. I like it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We write what we know.
Yeah.
We're losers.
Yeah. We are.
It's okay.
Speaking for myself.
And you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll speak for me.
And then it shows him an arrow out the door, down the stairs, down the street, in an alleyway.
As cop sirens are approaching.
Yep, we just have him leave, exit, stage left, pursued by bear.
Love it. Bear?
It's the best stage direction ever written from Winter's Night, Shakespeare. Exit, stage left, pursued by bear.
Love it.
No, but he leaves being pursued by the cops with the presumption that if he does survive, it's not going to be a nice one because these glasses are going to tell him how... I feel like we should also highlight a little bit of a feedback loop where if he expects to be running, the glasses are going to show him the best way to run,
Oh yeah,
and they're never going to show him how to remedy it. It's just continuous running.
love it.
Yeah.
Rough. Cool. And then you want the script for this last part?
Either that or the pitch. I think the pitch meeting would be fun,
The pitching is probably funnier. This one seems more dark.
A little dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think of pitch meeting? I mean, that seems like a pretty...
Before we go into that, do you want to give our final explanation as to what we're doing?
Yes. Hey, if you guys just tuned in, welcome. We really appreciate it. This is Talking Upstream with Some Nobodies. I'm Zach.
Oh, I'm Dylan.
That's Dylan over there. And what we do is every single week, with the help of IBM TV, thank you very much, and this whiteboard, we kind of show people our process in taking a very stupid idea that either me or Dylan has, and then how to work it down into something that we could actually turn to a comic book or a podcast or a cartoon or a movie, depending on whatever it is.
We like to at least leave here with a completed story.
Yeah. And the reason we call it Talking Upstream is because the goal, what we're trying to do, is talk ourselves up to a streaming service. Whether it's Quibi, which is Dylan's favorite, or I'm going to go with Hulu this week. I've been watching a lot of Hulu.
You're such a Comcast
Am I?
person.
I don't have Comcast. I have Verizon.
Hulu's owned by Comcast.
Hulu's owned by Disney.
Oh, that did change. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you get weird...
I'm stuck in 2017.
Yeah, that's why you get the weird X-Men stuff on Hulu and the good stuff on Disney+. Either way, what we're going through today is the story that Dylan and I came up with called Appeal.
All I'm saying is that if New Mutants can still be made, we can make something.
Well, it did take them 6 years, so we can definitely do it.
We've only been doing this for 7 weeks.
That's true, and things have been going pretty well so far.
You tell us in the comments whether it's going well.
Yeah. Or right on a rock and throw it at me. That's fine, too.
Yeah.
I did meet that...
We accept hateful messages thrown through our window.
At least at my body. That's fine. Maybe not the window. Windows are expensive.
Right.
I can take it. But I was walking around in front of Dollar General the other day, and this guy pointed at me. He's like, Silicon Angels! That was the guy I told you about before.
Oh, it was that dude.
I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
We have one fan out there.
We have a couple of fans now.
Yeah.
We have at least
Wandering
4.
the streets
We
of
have at least
Colorado.
5 fans.
We do.
Not including Mark, who I think might be a fan, but I don't want to speak
I think
too
so.
soon.
I don't want to speak for him.
Okay, so...
Yeah, the pitch meeting. We were talking about what the pitch meeting
I think that's a better scene to do a script from, which is him really just frazzled.
He's nervous.
He's very nervous.
Is he wearing the glasses? I think he puts the glasses on during it as a demonstration.
Yeah.
And it's like not really working.
Maybe you don't know why he's doing certain things, like picking up a pen over and over again.
What it's the prompts only show up to him, but what if they're super delayed?
Oh yeah.
So like he goes.
So he can't connect to the Wi-Fi here.
I'm hungry. Which of these? And it's like a burger and an orange and
Like
a
just a soda can.
and a can of soda. And he goes,
No, like something inedible.
oh, which of these would better nourish me right now? And he sits there and waits, and he waits, and he waits. Which of these would be more nourishing to me? And then the investors are like, I think we have the idea.
Yeah. I should have picked something. God, I should have picked a burger. I think that's cool. Do you think there's any other characters that we need to throw in here? You did say a mentor. I don't really know why a mentor would be needed.
I don't know. Someone he could, if not a mentor, then...
You just really want me to make a lot more puppets.
What if it's not a character that needs to appear, but what if he has someone that he goes to for, like he has a coding forum online?
I almost like that this guy is rolling solo.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense for why he does his own experiments, why he does his own upgrades. So I think that makes sense there.
All right.
I feel like... let's see. I think this one's kind of like wrapped up. You think this is like a 45-ish minute thing?
I think this doesn't need to be terribly long.
No.
I really like the idea of doing this as puppets because it lets us be relatively creative with how we portray stuff.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And we are trying to work on more visual mediums also. What else do you think we need here?
I think... Uh-oh.
Careful.
Yeah.
I was playing with it earlier, and I think I broke the
Gil's
neck.
been through a lot.
Gil is usually going through a lot.
Yeah.
He still works, though, which is fine.
I have big hands, I'm sorry.
So everybody, this is Gil. And Gil usually wears
It needs like an upper thing in here.
The strap.
Is there a strap?
There's a bottom strap.
I'm learning new things every
See?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is...
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, no wonder it's not... New Kids on the Block.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right.
So you can get them
Yeah,
home.
there we go. Oh, all right. No, there's that. So if we're doing puppets, I'm just thinking about production stuff we could do.
Yeah.
Real basic sets, even cardboard backings to represent city,
Yeah.
apartment,
Like crayon
club.
drawings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
We would need, like you said, probably only 3 detailed puppets.
Yeah.
Gil could definitely be one of them.
Oh, absolutely. He's right in there.
Yeah.
I think you just met Mark. Or no, that looks more like a Devon.
That looks more like a Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it works very well.
All right, we gotta do something here.
Yeah.
We gotta add
Let's
something
fill
here.
out that second act.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
montage
So this
a
is
little
him.
bit.
So we know that we're doing sports stuff.
Yeah.
So we have sports. We
I
have
like that
stocks.
he bets on a sports match. Sport game.
It's a match.
It's a match.
Yeah, always.
Because they're on fire.
God. So
We gotta save those reactions for the camera. That was a good eye roll.
I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna pass out on that one. All right. So we know we have sports stocks. What
Yeah.
else? What else something that people can make money off of?
Something to make money off.
Like
of.
quickly.
Does he try to do poker?
Sure.
And
yeah, gambles.
yeah,
Yeah, cards or whatever.
it tells him where to aim the dice so they land. It analyzes the dice for like imperfections or something.
Oh, cool.
It.
Well, if you do a blackjack, it could do like the numbers. Like,
yeah, it can count cards.
Count
for him.
cards. Yeah, easy.
So does that mean he makes them look like just standard glasses then? Well, like maybe he's got like curly like the thing that goes around your.
So
ears.
let's just say we have like 3 upgrades, right? We have the first one, which is like goggles. We have a second one, which is like glasses, and we have a third one, which is like super high-tech Batman
one.
goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Cool.
So these ones look like just straight glasses.
Yeah.
And he's just like bopping around, maybe I can
Yeah.
just get by life with these. I like that. I think that's
And
cool.
it shows him living large a little bit.
Yeah.
But unhappy when he like checks his social media or something and he sees a post from Yvette about her enjoying her life as a
Just life.
she makes cross stitch patterns and sells them on Etsy.
And really good chicken pot pies. Yeah.
I haven't had chicken pot pie. I've got pie crust in my freezer. I might do that.
Oh.
Pick up a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. Put the whole chicken in a pot pie?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how you do
You
it.
never had a whole chicken pie?
No.
You can do that.
There's bones.
Well, yeah, you still carve it like a normal chicken.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I
That's
will
a
show
huge
you
pot
the
pie.
video.
That's a huge pot pie.
I will show you the video.
I don't want to watch another video of yours.
I'm not gonna make you watch it, but I'll show you that it exists. He tries to he bakes something. He's bad at making food, so he bakes something, and it gives him the exact recipe to make a beautiful sourdough loaf.
Love that. It's so poignant. Now he's a great baker. This is like one full thing of montages.
I don't think that's a weakness.
No, I love a good montage. Montages promote great music
What if
and dance fighting.
What if he meets another woman and he's trying to woo her and it helps him, but he's never satisfied? He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes on a date.
Yeah.
It's successful to her, but not to him. Because he likes Yvette.
You say all the right things
I know.
at all the right times.
I know.
I don't know that that's the right thing. And he goes, oh, sorry. You look really nice tonight.
I found this in my closet. I know. All right, where are we at, man? We got a little bit of time left.
Yeah, we do.
We got to figure this out. I
Let's
think
see.
I think a lot of this is going pretty well.
I think this is a pretty good one. Is this, when you had pitched Appeal, is this similar to how you had seen it taken? I know obviously we swapped from cannibalism to murder.
No, it changed drastically.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you think originally we were going to do with this?
I thought it was more of like, my first initial idea was that it was a guy who trusted too much in the tech.
Right.
And just went with whatever it said. Which to me was funny to think like it wouldn't get love.
Yeah.
So it was mostly like the idea that tech knew emotion and human could not get emotion.
Yeah.
That was the basic premise.
How do you feel about how this is turning out in relation to what you had originally envisioned?
It is more of a villain story.
Yeah.
It's almost an origin story of a villain,
I can see
which is cool.
that's not a bad idea.
That's what I mean. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is a guy who. This is why he goes from good to bad.
The predictor.
Ew.
The manipulator.
Biometric boy. No, that's. I was going for a bad one. Yeah, so it's a little less on the nose, like human can't understand emotion, that kind of thing, and more of like this needs a part 2. He needs to have a nemesis now. You know, so I'm liking where it's going. I think it's going very well, but wildly different.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a second one, though, do you think that Yvette would be the hero? Like maybe turns out she found the broken glasses?
If so, I think we would need to make it clear in this one that she has that impetus. Because I think that if...
Well, he kills Devin at the end.
He does, but I think we need to see Yvette more.
Well, I think it's very clear that Yvette does not want to be with...
No, she's too good for him.
Yeah.
Mark's a loser.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that.
I will.
I think it's...
Not him. No.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, Mark Lee's a cool guy.
You're really throwing some stuff out there. All right, so we got to add more Yvette in here then, right?
Yeah.
Did he respond to that?
Yeah, no. It says, how about he makes killer apple pie? He meets a hot Brazilian girl 10 years younger.
Sure.
Yeah. And yeah. That's the date.
Being young is good, right?
As far as I'm aware.
Young is good?
Young equals good.
Young equals good. So this is a young date. And he makes great apple pie. I'm cool with all that. Big win. Pitch meeting. Boom, 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 boom. Where do you think this is set? Where do you see this being set?
I mean, I'm seeing Mark not living in the city but working in the city.
Yeah.
What does he do for work?
He is...
He can't be an inventor. That's not a
He
thing
is
anymore.
a video game tester.
Okay. That works actually pretty well because he's used to following prompts like that.
Yeah.
And he's used to debugging.
Right, and it would make him when he wears it feel more of a game than actually doing real things.
It helps desensitize him a little bit.
So it's video
games cause violence.
Yeah, we all know that. We've all played Grand Theft Auto 3.
I can't tell you what I want to do after I play Stardew Valley.
Explain what that game is to people.
Yeah, it's cute. It's adorable. I want to run a farm.
Oh, I don't know what this game is.
Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
It's like Animal Crossing, but a farm instead of a town.
Animal Crossing's better.
I'm sure.
You can find us on Animal Crossing and on Pokemon under Some Nobodies.
We have an official Pokemon Go.
We do have an official Pokemon Go, yeah.
Wait, do we?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who's our main?
What?
What Pokemon is our main?
Pikachu.
Alright.
What?
It's marketable, I guess.
Duh. What do you want it to be? Charizard?
No.
Ew. Squirtle?
No.
What's the other one?
Nidoking.
No. You can pick one of the main 4.
You can't have a team? I haven't played Pokemon Go in 3 years.
Well, you have like your main one.
Yeah.
And then you have one that follows you, or whatever.
Yeah, Nidoking. Gyarados.
Well, I have a Gyarados.
Yeah, let's make that our main.
I don't think you understand how this game works.
I don't think I do, actually.
Well, you're really telling me what to do.
It used to be that you had a team, and you could have that team fight with you.
Yeah, well, no. That's never how it was. No. You catch a lot, and then you can make them do whatever you want them to do. Such as fight. But you don't have a team, because you have like hundreds of Pokemon with you.
Classic Pokemon games, you have 6 Pokemon at a time.
That's if you go into certain battles or raids.
Right.
But that would change depending on who you're fighting, because obviously if you're fighting, like, say, a plant type...
Nidoking's moveset is... he can be taught anything.
That's not this game. I think you're talking about the movie or something.
No, I think I'm talking about just Pokemon, like the console games.
Ugh.
The handhelds.
Well, you gotta get on the go, buddy.
Anyway, this has been Some Nobodies talking about Pokemon Go.
Find a new podcast.
We're kind of doing Pokemon Go. What if he tries playing he tries hooking up to a game and he goes, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. He's playing Minesweeper or something, or he's just like...
Beat it.
And this is exactly... like it's a puppet, just kind of like... we have the little puppet on a stick arm.
Yeah, just flopping. And we make a Minesweeper board out of...
For the display board.
Yeah, that's cool. Alright.
I really like the dual presentation aspect of that. We would need to work it out, but I think we could definitely do that.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
For the puppet show.
Well, yeah, there's no way we couldn't do that.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm reinforcing that I like the idea.
Yeah,
I like the idea that I pitched.
You always say that.
Somebody has to.
I do like the idea of the display board or a projector, but I also like drawn poster boards.
Yeah.
Just drop behind it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Too. I guess we gotta start making like a puppet stage.
I don't know. It doesn't have to be huge. It does not have to be big. You have a backdrop right here.
Where? Oh, that?
Behind the computer.
Oof. Don't talk about the other part of the studio.
You're right. That's a different project.
Yeah, we're doing stuff.
We got irons in the fire.
All right, is there anything else you want to work on this?
I think we kind of hit this one pretty well.
All right.
I know we've got some time left.
We got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
So.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't.
Anything that's been on your mind?
Been on my mind?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I mean, a lot of this has been on my mind this week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out an idea.
Yeah.
Why? What's on your mind?
I was scripting out Poltergeist. Thinking about Dune.
Yeah, a lot of Dune talk.
A lot of Dune
talk.
It's a good trailer.
I think we should just wrap this up.
You think so?
I think we're good.
So. In order to let's not have any dead air.
No, there's no sense in that.
You want to play us out?
We got this stuff done. We're gonna take this whole week and figure this out. What you can do next week?
Guitar.
What's that?
I can play some guitar.
You think people want to see you play the guitar? I mean, I'll give you the guitar.
No, it's not a party. I only play guitar at parties.
Or when you're asked, which is very polite, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, thank you very much. This is Dylan, right? And I'm Zach. We are Some Nobodies, and this has been Talking Upstream, which is our weekly show where we have like a meeting, and you guys watch our meeting, where we figure out a very stupid idea that I usually throw at Dylan, and he teaches me how to work it into something that is actually a story that we could do something with.
Yeah. We thank IBM TV for allowing us to trick them into forcing us to be productive.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, without this, we would probably skip on a meeting or two, but now we really can't.
No, we really do appreciate IBM TV giving us a platform with which we can talk to you about the creative process. This is an abridged version of what we normally do, in an attempt to fit it into 90 minutes. And really, we're here to make sure that people understand that if you have a good idea, you can spin it out into something. It does not take anything. We have we got very few resources, and yet here we are making stuff that people would potentially be interested in making.
Yeah, it's true. And the point is that we're not really trying to say that this story is great. What we're trying to do is show you a way to work your stories from an idea down to something that you think is great.
Yeah.
I think this is great, and it's something we really enjoy.
Yeah. We write for ourselves, but we also write to be accessible for other people.
That's true.
You can't write wholly for yourself unless you don't intend to show it to anybody.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Journaling, we call that journaling. Which is, I journal.
I don't.
Yeah. It's a good way to process what you feel.
Yeah.
If you need to. But I think that's it. Yeah.
And if you want to see more of what we can do, you can always go to somenobodies.com. If you want to support this, because we have some things working down the pipeline that we're really trying to get moving, if you want to support us in all those endeavors, you can go to patreon.com/somenobodies. Yep. You can listen to a couple podcasts that we do. We do a podcast called The Podcast, a podcast show, where Dylan and I find 7 weird podcasts each week, and then we review them down. Mm-hmm. You can also find us on our first show, which is called Silicon Angels. You can download that anywhere, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. Silicon Angels is a scripted show that Dylan wrote out that we do with our crew, and it's an improv style thing about the tech world and the mishaps that can go with that.
Oh, yeah.
We also do a review of Lovecraft Country, which comes on tonight. If you guys are HBO subscribers and you're watching a show and you would like a little company podcast, just go anywhere, type in Some Nobodies, and you'll see that. Yeah,
you can find us anywhere online like that. Shout out to everybody who's allowing this to happen.
Yeah, and we do have a couple Patrons that we have to say thanks to real fast. So Scott Curtis, Sarah Tachachkik, and we have Tanya Shok. Tanya Shek, correct. Also, Podroom. If you're into podcasts and you want to talk to us or anybody watching our podcast, you can go to Podroom, and that's a very cool app, and they are official sponsors of Some Nobodies. So cool.
And Mark is asking what's happening in Colorado. The smoke has cleared up slightly. I think the fires are getting under control of some sort, at least out here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of cold weather come in and some snow the other day, which really calmed some stuff down.
It is already gone.
It's bad. California's still bad, but...
I mean, the snow is already gone.
Oh, the snow's gone.
Yes, we are okay. Focus your attention on the West Coast.
Yeah. Thank you.
Be well out there, everybody.
Bye, friends.